ISPO 2019, welcome to the Scarpa stand. Hi Nathan, how's it going?
How you going?
Great to see you again. You're going to tell me about the Furia Air, is that right?
Furia Air, yeah. So there's a lot to the Furia Air, but I guess I'll chuck you through it really quickly.
Yep.
First thing you should know is it's 150 grams, which is pretty light. Well, it's the lightest climbing shoe you can buy.
Yep.
That's kind of cool in its weight, but what's really cool about it is the fit. And that comes with every layer being really, really thin. And that's how you end up with 150 grams. So it's a vegan shoe, so there's no leather in this model. You can see the uppers is perforated microfiber on the outside.
Yep.
That's a little bit thinner than a normal microfiber and a little bit more elasticated. You can see in the toe patch area here, we've got this Alcantara material with a two-way stretch membrane on either side. Similar characteristics to leather, gives the same grip. The two-way stretch membrane controls the stretch on either side, and it inbreds your toe print just like leather, but keeps its surface a little bit more longer and is a little bit lighter.
Okay, so this is the tough bit.
It is, and on the inside you'll see this nice little texture, looks pretty similar to leather. So that's in the upper on the other side. The next layer has a small midsole. All our climbing shoes have midsoles. It's 0.9 flex sand, and it fits just under the big toe on the other side here. So you can see it fits just in here. Little hole for a little bit more flexibility just under the big toe.
Okay.
So not much plastic, but enough to keep some precision in the shoe, and a little bit bigger than Drago and Furia S. So a little bit more
what's
plastic.
this for? Tell me what this is for.
It helps keep the shape, and it gives support under the big toe. So without that, the shoe becomes very moldable and flexible and has really good sensitivity, but you lose the shape of the shoe really quickly, and obviously to purchase on small holes becomes really, really hard.
Right.
If you put a lot of plastic in there, then you lose a lot of sensitivity.
And
So
it
it's
gets
a balance.
heavier.
It gets heavier as well.
Okay.
The other plastic strip goes in the heel. It's talon plastic, so similarly you find in the Chimera, and that's just to give a little bit more structure in the heel with reducing the weight. The next layer
in there, actually.
is this one. So this is a different tension system than we normally use. It's a DTS tension system, so dual tension system. So it's the only one that we pull at two different tensions on either side. So you can see all the different holes in it, and the holes get smaller where we want more tension and larger till we want less tension. And then obviously the straps also get pulled at either side. The other thing is it goes right to the tip of the toe. So normally our tension systems on our soft line end just before the ball of the forefoot, whereas the Furia Air is the only one that extends right to the tip of the toe. So a little bit more support under the toe, a little bit more precision. Obviously the upper is really soft. And this dual tension helps keep this corkscrew type shape in the shoe. So obviously with a really small amount of material, holding that shape becomes a lot more difficult. So we need to do a lot more clever tricks with the tension system. Normal tension systems we use are 2mm. This is shaved down to 1.3. So a little bit less material and pulled in different tensions on either side. The next layer down there is the sole, so the rubber. So you've got 1mm FAF system that goes on the back here. So that tension system actually is the only one that doesn't actually go all the way around the Achilles. It stops either side, and then we connect this excess grip to 1mm rubber, gets connected on either side, and it spreads the load of the tension system a little bit wider across the Achilles.
So it's not impacting so much on the Achilles.
So you've got high force but not concentrated on such a small area. Spreads it across the whole back of the heel a little bit more evenly. And then that wraps under a little bit like an SRT system. The SRT on the front, 2.5mm M50 rubber. So really elasticated rubber on the front, stretches over the toes really nicely, really, really grippy, and it's cleft between the big toe and the foretoes on either side for a little bit more foot flexibility on the other side. The last layer on the bottom is a 3mm excess grip 2 pad. A few holes punched in the bottom to give a little bit more stability. That goes down the bottom on the bottom of the sole. So there's around about 30 pieces that go into it. Obviously it takes a long time. We've got to mill each piece, fine them down. We've got to punch like an average 40.5 size here has 100 holes mapped throughout it in 6 different sizes from 2mm to 7mm. So all that takes time, but just because it's really light, don't think it's hard to make. Fits like a glove, climbs really well. Durability, similar to a Drago in the end. Same amount of rubber down the bottom there. Sensitivity probably a little bit more and the whole foot, but probably a little bit less than a Drago or Furia just under the toe.
I've never heard so much about a rock shoe, but found it so interesting.
Oh,
Thank you so much, Nathan. How do you learn all those things? I don't know. It's
you got to watch it
amazing.
get made.
What is this? So who's it aimed at? This shoe?
It's aimed at people probably that have more than one climbing shoe,
Yeah,
that
okay.
really want something that's really flexible, glove-like fitting.
Yeah.
I would say we probably aimed it more to climbing, indoor climbing, outdoor steep climbing, less than bouldering.
Yeah.
And you can tell that by where we've concentrated a lot of the focus under this toe area. So obviously it has got toe hooking rubber, it has got heel hooking rubber, but I would say it's not as capable in that area as the Furia S or Drago,
Yeah.
but maybe a little bit nicer for lead climbers and people that really want to operate at the end of their something really light, especially the glove-like fit.
So this is a roots shoe where every gram counts.
For sure, for sure. I think the grams is like, I mean, when you put it on, it's not the weight that you notice, it's the fit.
The fit.
And the one
Yeah.
thing I really like grams is it's even for everybody. It's very hard to compare climbing shoes,
Yeah.
but everybody has to weigh them.
Okay.
So I think it's a really good indicator of exactly how well the shoe is mapped
Yeah.
and engineered throughout it.
I'm excited to try these. I think a few people will be pretty excited. So thanks for your time.
No problem.